stuff like.
Yeah, it's honestly similar to Arteta, and that's why I'm hoping Arteta can prove me wrong in it. But Edu and Berta is a classic example of what I just spoke about, because Edu served a purpose at a particular point in time. Yes, he bottled a couple things, a couple deals, but he brought under him Rice came. Under him, Ramsdale, he got criticized
as well.
Ended up being a good signing. Under him, Ben White. Under him, Gabby Jesus, Zinchenko. All of these are under him, Gabriel. Fair enough, he had a lot of misses with like Willian and David Luiz and whatnot, but like under him, I would say the structure came in place that Berta could come in now and be like, okay, cool, let me do what I need to do. I personally don't think Berta, doing what I don't think he's able to do. He's able to have the platform to do what he's doing now, this summer just gone, if Edu didn't do what he did with the club before.
He'd have a lot more to do.
I don't think he had way more to do. So I think Edu, I have nothing against him. He made a couple mistakes, blunders here and there, but he got the club to ultimately where we are now. So now that's what
take us to the next one.
To take us to the next level. There's nothing wrong with that.
Fair. And you know what, Berta, I liked Berta on paper, what he could have been when we was linked with him. You know, his CV speaks for itself. But I do think as Arsenal fans, we've been here before, innit? I definitely have. When we got, what was it, Raul Sanye, Mr. Diamond Eyes. Yeah, him, Miss Lintat. You know, when you see the names and the reputation, it doesn't always correlate. Credit to Berta. You joined in March, summer, you're doing your thing. The signings are one thing, but it's the speed of what you're, and to be fair, Edu did it at times, but it's the speed of the new contracts. Us as Arsenal fans, yeah, we have seen previous ones where Saliba's contract will run into to this season, Wanyeri, Miles Lewis-Kelly, all of them. So big him up for that, because I also feel, I won't quite say it puts pressure, because I think it's a collab thing, innit? But you can't blame Edu, anymore. Berta's done his job. Arteta, I hope you're doing your job. So then that leads me to ask you, about the owners, KSC, Kroenkes, because I've always felt you can't just blame them for everything. I don't think they're the best owners, but they've backed Arteta religiously, not just this year. They've backed you. When there's times you could have been sacked, they've given you new deals. We ripped up contracts, all the stuff you're doing outside the ground. You've got I don't know, but it seems like Josh Kroenke and Arteta, they're very tight in it. And I never quite saw that with the Kroenkes under Arteta. I know, under Wenger. I know Emery weren't that long, but him as well. So it's like, where are you at with your personal relationship with the Kroenkes, or how you view them as well?
Honestly, I wasn't that big a fan of them. Let's say, honestly, I wasn't that big a fan of them 3 seasons ago. But look, I can say they backed the club. I've not really got anything to say against them. We wanted Rice, we got him. We wanted Mudryk. People forget there was a point where the club was bidding £80 million for Mudryk, bro.
Thank the Lord it didn't work out.
Bid £80 million for him purely because Arteta wanted him. Thank goodness it didn't work out. Anything. This is previously you could have said, okay, ownership not ambitious or anything and what. No. But let's be honest. I think this ownership have shown the ambition, because we're in a spot where we had made a lot of investment season before. Obviously, Rice for 105 M's, the unnecessary Havertz signing, Timber, Raya, all of these guys. So you're just thinking, okay, cool. We need to try and figure out a way to balance things. I think the issue with Arsenal is not really the ownership. I think the issue is that we're not as efficient in terms of being a club that buys. We're good. We've shown we're good at buying now, but in terms of selling, we're pants. So I don't think we can. And I think people underestimate how much of an impact this has on our business. It has a massive impact on our business. Like, look at, for example, us trying to get Hincapié. Look at negotiating for Kivior. We got what, 24 million for him, for a guy who's got two years Premier League experience, played in the Champions League, a Polish international, only 24, 25 years old. You've got Liverpool centre backs going for 36 million, and you mean to tell me you can only get 24
and Chelsea
million?
And City always selling academy prospects and whatnot.
You can't tell me that's an ownership thing. These guys, when Arteta has really wanted to play, they backed him. Yeah, fair enough. We didn't get all the players we wanted last summer, but he wanted Mikel Merino badly. We got that deal done. We wanted to pay less. We got that deal done.
Even when we got Raya, because Ramsdale's stock was kind of high as well.
Exactly.
Like, to do that as well.
Exactly. So I have nothing. My views have changed on them. I think they've shown their ambition, and obviously we even see plans now about stadium, renovation and whatnot. So look, the ownership has shown. Look, we want to win stuff. You know, like the team is ready. It's ready to compete. Let's just do what we need to do on the pitch.
You said it word for word, man. Let's just do it on the pitch. And that's it for me with the Cronkies. Like, obviously, I won't say we love Saudi owners, but we'd all love if it was at our club, Abramovich, just on how he's on spending, or, Chelsea's owners would be perfect for us if we could have their money and their finances and just apply some common sense in it. But when I accept the Cronkies for what they are, and all right, cool, you like to put people in place, let them do their thing. You love young coaches. I ain't really got an issue. I actually have no problem with owners making money. These men are businessmen, billionaires at that. Do your thing, innit? And to be fair to the Cronkies, I do think there's a correlation from when I think they got full ownership in like 2019. They have improved the spending. Like you said, Kai Havertz, you couldn't evidently see if he was worth 65 million, but they did that. They brought in Raya where Ramsdale stock was kind of high. They backed him. We broke the record for us with Declan Rice. So I do think we're now being competitive. So again, it's not that I want to blame Arteta for everything or trying to blame for everything. You've got all you need in it. Like, you can just focus on footballing issues now, if I'm honest with you. So just win us the title, man. And like you said there as well, there's renovations going on. Obviously, that helps us commercially. I don't know if they want to get concerts or how that's all going to pan out, but we're doing what we need to do. I think you said it there, and I probably think that's the next step for Berta in that. We need to get better at selling, whether that's selling players like Kivior or that need to cut, whether that's, sometimes you'll see clubs, they might buy some random young player for like 3 million. He might not progress to the first team, but that 3 million might turn into 30. You do that a couple of times, it's reinvested. And I think we need to do that more. I don't know about you, but I think we need to do that more than the Cities and Chelsea's, because we haven't got bottomless pits of money. We're not broke, but we're not going to do what they're doing. So maybe I'm looking at it too basic, but if you sell a couple of players for the 10s, the 20s, the 30s, when you are trying to go for, I don't know, these Nico Williams and this one and that one and the third, you have some more money to play around with. So let's just hope we can get into it. On a footballing basis, though, what are we? 10 in all comps, 7 games in the Premier League. What you made of Arsenal so far up until this point, man?
That's so funny. I'm literally going to do a video on that later. I think it's been a good start, man. I mean, we're top. It's been a good start. It's funny. That may seem a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I might be downplaying it, but like, I don't think we're seeing the best of the team yet, which is normal.
7 games to go up.
7 games in. That's why I'm refusing to get caught up in the hype, because even Liverpool, people are talking, like, football changes so quickly. I heard people, when was it? Bro, I heard people before Newcastle. We forget the days before Newcastle. If Arsenal could be out of the title race. That. No. If the title done. No. It's just
and now look, we're the favourites apparently, and we're running away with it.
And I expect things to change, but so I think it's been a good start to the season. I think Arteta, he's a manager whose pride makes him make a lot of unnecessary mistakes, because he knows the obvious things he needs to do and he doesn't do it, and only when we get bit and we get stung, then he does it. And then by then, sometimes it tends to be too late.
Yeah.
Which is what we saw against Liverpool, which is what we saw against City. But I'm not going to lie, it's been a good start to the season. We see the difference Eze's made to the team. I've been pleased with Gyökeres. I know the goals are going to come.
You're going to speak about Gyökeres.
Obviously, there does need to be some criticism going his way. Totally. But yeah, it's been a good start, man. I like what I'm seeing. There's a couple of players I want to see. There's a couple of players I want to see step up in terms of their quality, but like,
name names, man. Name names. Because I'll be real, I only asked you to name names, and I know there's a caveat. We're not fully in jigging the season. There's been injuries. There's been all of these kind of things, But and maybe it's the relationships, because I feel our defense is solid. They've got a good partnership, a good unit, all those things, and there's stability there. I won't say there's not stability in the final third, but it feels like there's a bit of a rejig. But I say that to say this, if I was to look at all of my players, like players of the season so far and all of that kind of stuff, I've probably got more defenders. Like, so I would probably say Raya, I'd probably say Calafiori, I'd probably say give or take Gabriel here and there. I think Timber's been amazing. I'm not really saying that in the attacking third. So yeah, my names, bro.
You
Rice as well. You could throw him in there.
He was gonna be the first. I don't think he's been playing bad, but for me, And I said it on one of my videos I did last week. For me, people are talking Caicedo. Rice is the best. For me, after Rodri, so Rodri's the best 6 in the Prem. Rice is the second best 6. But if we're talking all-round midfielder, Rice is the best. Better than Gravenberch. Better than and I'll talk better than Caicedo. He's better passing range than Caicedo. Better
than Caicedo for sure.
Bruv.
And I rate Caicedo.
Caicedo's, and that's levels, because Caicedo's a baller. But for me, Rice is such a complete player. And one of the things that I want to see more from him is obviously he's not playing. It's kind of interesting because I'm trying to figure out the team, because obviously I thought Zubimendi's going to be the person that's the 6 that sits there and kind of Rice is the box to box. But it's almost been kind of like you're playing 2 central mids and then 1 advanced central mid. So it's kind of like they're swapping positions. But when I do see Rice getting in that opportunity to get the ball, drive, and move forward, there's this thing he does where I'm looking at him, bro, you're driving with the ball, you're running, you're clearing past man. He did it against Newcastle, right? For that Trossard chance that hit the post.
Yeah,
you're running. Bro, there's space. You can go inside. You've got a great right foot. You can go inside and you can slap that goal. So I want to see more of that from Declan Rice. I actually think he's going to be a massive, massive pivotal part of what the team does well. Because it's no coincidence that when his form starts picking up a bit, I thought Newcastle was his best game so far this season.
Hundo.
I thought against West Ham he was good. It's no coincidence that when he starts playing better, the team starts playing better as a whole. So I want to see more from him. I obviously want to see a bit more from Ødegaard. He was starting to show that before before he got injured. I want to see more from Gyökeres, obviously. I think he's trying a bit too hard to score a goal. I think
definitely in these last 3 games, Gyökeres is trying too hard. Maybe he ain't scored in 6. He's getting a bit excited, overthinking stuff. 100%. I can't blame Arteta for these last 3 games with Gyökeres, if I'm honest.
Yeah, he's trying too hard. So, and I think so. So that's what I'd like to see offensively. I think I've been pleased with a lot of players, man. But I'd agree with you that the defensive players are catch my. I think for me, Timber would be one of my number ones. Raya as well. Gabriel, of course. Calafiori. I've been telling people about this guy. He's just like, he's crazy. The guy's
it's always been a fitness thing with him. You stay fit.
Yeah, he's a baller. I saw enough Euros. I'm like, yep, let's sign him. This guy's sick. Let's just sign him. So that's what but I think it's been a good start, man. I can't complain with the boys. Let's see, just keep up the mentality, keep up the intensity. I think we've overcome some real mental hurdles with beating Newcastle away and beating West Ham at home, because people forget they beat us back to back at our place.
I don't think anyone can forget that, bro.
So that's a big win, man. So those are the type of games last season where a team would come low block. What I like that I'm seeing, which is really good, is that teams are still doing the low block nonsense, but it's not working.
Whether that's because of Calafiori or Arteta changing things, we finally found a way to mitigate against it. Because that's one thing, broski, that annoys me. Yeah, everybody sits there and says Arsenal defense. Cool, we'll have that. I definitely don't want to have a bad defense, but everybody's sitting back against us. So it's like, be fair to everyone, man. Jarring.
I agree. I fully agree. Like everyone sits. It's so funny because that's why the Newcastle win was massive, because you literally knew what they were gonna do. They were going to set up in a mid block and a low block. They were going to be compact. They did that all game.
And start doing WWE, yeah.
And then grab a goal out of nowhere. Stupidness by Gabriel. And you just knew it. And you just thought, we've seen this before. But the fact that Arteta's like, okay, cool, I got the tools now. Let me bring on an Ødegaard. Let me bring on a Marino. Let me keep Eze on the pitch. Let me take off a left back. Now, like, that's massive for us.
That's what we want to see the gaffer do, man.
Exactly. So which is what I'm saying is it's been a good start, man. I can't complain. Top of the league. That's nice, man. But we're only 7 games in. A lot can change. Liverpool aren't even out of it. People are talking. Things can change, man. Players can click. They've got great players. I still personally think they're the favorites. People may say, "Oh yeah, no, your squad." They're the favorites, man. They've won it. They've got players who've been here before, who've done it. Nothing is won by nothing. We're in October. Nothing's won by this time. Even if we were 4-3. 4, even 5 points behind Liverpool. For me, I wouldn't have been mad at that if that gap was kept till February, till crunch time. That's when it really matters. So I think it's good.
I think you're bang on the money. And even with Liverpool, the one thing I'll give them is they have done it. And like when you look at it, that this kind of period of defeats, what I think they lost twice in the Prem, or they've dropped points twice in the Prem, and they lost in the Champ. It's been coming in it, like it's been coming because of their performances. But when they look at it, what you've lost one game at this point with all the changes they've made, they probably would have taken that where they're scoped to improve and get better. And I don't think anyone's not that anyone's ruling out City, but I think people are not mentioning them enough. I'm not gonna
True.
say they're
That's
going
true.
under the radar. But
That's true.
they're here. Like they and
They
the one
are.
thing I think them two teams have here that unfortunately we don't at this moment in time, and we'll get on to Gyökeres for you lot in the chat, but Gyökeres is not Haaland. Like he's not inevitable. They've got Haaland, they've got Donnarumma. Football's decided at both ends. Big up Raya, by the way. Then you look at Liverpool. They've obviously got Mo Salah, who dragged them to that title realistically last season. And I don't know how it's going to work for Isaac, but they've got Isaac. So it's not that I'm scared or anything. I'm just looking at what they've got. I think this is probably going to be the most open Premier League title race, and as you said, there's going to be a lot of fluctuating. Probably around the Liverpool game, or in fact, as you said, like until we played Newcastle, we're out of it. We're rubbish. We're this, that, and the other. We put 2 wins beyond that point. Now we're a flavor of the month, and we're great. And then it will probably fluctuate. And you made a good point in that. The Newcastle one for mentally, not just for our players, not just for our fans, but the gaffer, as you said, in-game management, the way he's starting the team, that's a step in the right direction. Granted, West Ham are shit, but still, they've done stuff against us. That's great. So it makes me feel a lot more confident when we play Fulham. Now, I don't know how that's going to pan out, but it makes me confident. And it does make me think, though, bro, off topic, and I know you can't go back in time, but had we have been a bit more braver at the Emirates against City, and we put them under the cost for 90 minutes, not 45, or even against Liverpool where it was decided by a free kick, what would we have had in it? So it is what it is, man, in that regard. I do want to ask you about some individuals as well, man. The first one, like I keep saying we're going to talk about, we might as well, like Gyökeres, man, like where you at with Gyökeres? It's because for me, it's weird in that if you were to look on YouTube before he signed for Arsenal and all of that, like you would probably say General plays meaty. In the box, he's a killer. I think it's the opposite at Arsenal right now, in that you're doing all the other assets, but you're not really scoring. And I know he's got goals, I know he's fitting in, but I think in the last 3 games, it's less so on Arteta and more on you. I think you're thinking too much, you're taking extra touches, being a bit greedy like Olympiacos. But yeah, man, like where you at with Gyökeres?
Yeah, I would agree, man. It's so funny because when we signed him, I was of the same mind. Give me a killer, because obviously Arteta. Obviously, he can't do it this season, but one of the things he kept doing last season, these games with fine margins. Okay, great. If we're going to do this fine margins thing, we need a killer. We need someone who's going to get a ball, bang, right? So when we signed Gyökeres, I'm thinking, perfect, a gunman. And it's so funny you're so spot on, because it's like, look, I can't even criticize. I've seen some nice touches. I thought he played well against Newcastle, even against Nottingham Forest, some nice flicks, touches. I'm thinking, wow, like, okay, this guy,
got something to work with here.
We got something to work with, and obviously you've heard the players, you've heard what Saka said, you've heard what Martinelli said, you've heard what Ødegaard has said about Gyökeres, about how much he's helping the team in terms of how he's pulling people apart, creating space. It's on that front. It's good. I'm just thinking, I think he can do a lot better with his finishes, man. Like I think that one he just needs. I think the international break has come at a good time, bro. Refocus. You are a gunman. That's what you do. Stop overthinking it. The goals will come.
Facts.
You'll get the chances. Just put them away. I think he's trying to do too much. I could be wrong. Maybe this is just a theory, but I think maybe what he's probably paying a bit too much attention to what people are saying about him off the pitch. If that makes sense. Because I remember even when he scored against
he started doing the hair flicks and shit.
He was doing that stuff. I would tell him, bro, forget that, man. Get off Twitter, get off all of this nonsense, bro. Stay on the pitch, just keep practicing, keep doing your thing, get the goals. The way to shut up haters is just get the goals. Look what people were saying about Haaland last season. League 2 striker, this, that. I'm like, are you crazy? This guy's the best striker in the Premier League.
Football fans are crazy. They're tapped.
Yeah, it's crazy. People even try to put Isak over Haaland. I'm like, are you guys serious? This guy's a monster. Look what he's doing.
The best 9 in the league.
Right, easy. Best 9 in the league. He's gonna go down as one of the best 9s in the Premier League.
Potentially as a 9, potentially the best 9 in world football.
As a 9, yeah. If he continues this, so I'm just thinking, bruv, that's just the way life is. Just ignore. I think he's just learning. This is what comes with the territory of being in the Premier League, playing for a club like Arsenal. You're gonna get criticized. You're gonna get unfairly scrutinized. When you scored a hat-trick against City, and no one's watching you in sport, and people thought you're amazing. Now you're
Mm.
week in, week out. People are going to start doing memes of you with Timberland boots. You can't pay attention to that. So
They
I
were
think
gendering him from pre-season. Like, you should, and to be fair, I'll be honest with you, yeah, like Gyökeres, nobody deserves that. I'm all for positive critique and positive, like giving you your flowers. But you must have known what time it is signing for Arsenal. Everything's under the microscope. Everything is hyper scrutinized. And that was one thing I liked about him because I like to, because I do think, obviously, I've never had a conversation with Gyökeres, but I do think football fans, yeah, we forget footballers are human. What might make Tosin tick and get the best out of him might get the worst out of me, and kind of vice versa. Like I might be a more like we could both be playing for Mikel Arteta. He shouts at you, you're getting a positive reaction from Tosin. Me, I might start crying and you don't see the best of me. So I always look to how like their mentality is. And when I was looking in Gyökeres' life, it just feels like he's consistently had to prove people wrong and deal with adversity. Like even when he was playing in his homeland, obviously people said, could you, he's probably one of the only players that Brighton who signed players from everywhere. They signed him and he didn't really go on and do much. Then you bagged for Coventry. They said you're a championship done. Then you've gone Portugal. They said, Portugal, you don't do it against the top teams. You need this and that. So I think he'll take it all in his stride. If there is one thing I actually want from Gyökeres, yeah, I just want him to watch Diego Costa videos. Like, I think he's too nice. I actually think he's a bit too nice, bro. Bully, man. Like, look how big you are. Like, just start bullying, man. You need to be a bit more horrible, man. I believe in him because there is a reality, yeah, where he could have scored in all 7 games, but we're question marking his general play, what he's doing when he's not scoring. And we know at some point he's not going to be effective. So he's doing all the right things. And I will say as well, Tosin, I think any striker that signed for us, I think Isaac would have been perfect, naturally. I think if Jesus could had the goal-scoring instinct of a Gyökeres, we'd have the perfect striker. I guess there are some players with a lot more technical ability than Gyökeres, but I think people need to look at the role. I think we're too excited and thinking strikers score goals, which they do. But you know yourself, you got to pull to the left, you got to, occupy the centre backs, you got to drop into midfield. And then sometimes you got to find a way to be on the end of it. The only thing I would say with the players on the field, sometimes I think Gyökeres makes them runs, and I think only Odegaard really in the last few games tries to find him early. But I've got faith in him, man. But if it don't work out, yeah, let's say, God forbid, but come the end of the season, with like the conversation we're having now, we're still saying that about Gyökeres. Where do we go? Because for me, I wouldn't alienate him, but I would just sign another striker. You're part of the squad and all that stuff, but I don't really want to get into that realm if it makes sense. I think we're so close to just having completeness, if I'm honest.
Bro, let's be honest. We're not gonna get if he has to work because Arteta. Work, yeah. This is Arteta's opportunity to be like, see, I've bought the striker you guys wanted. You didn't want to play with my striker Havertz, so I know him. He'll 100% revert to Havertz as the 9 and whatnot. Gyökeres will come good, man. He's gonna be a good. He's gonna score goals for Arsenal. I would even go one step further with what you said. I think it's not even sometimes. He's always making good runs. Like just watch United. Watch these games. It's 7 games in, man. It's just silly. Like, okay, fair. He should score more goals, but it's 7 games in. My man came midway during our preseason. The team is still figuring out how to get used to him.
It's a culture shock in England as well.
Like it's people forget this sort of stuff, man. Like with stuff like this, something's got to give. So I'm not concerned, man. He's gonna bang. Just give him time to adjust. Like he gets that time. I'm not mad at that.
Do you think Saka should have given him the penalty against West Ham?
No. I actually think no. I think if Saka's the main game, Saka's our best penalty taker, let him take it. I think Gyökeres, bro, get your food, man. You don't need penalties. Don't worry about that. You'll get your chances. Don't worry about that. Like, don't give people another reason to call you stat pad this, that. No, get your goals. If Johan Visser can get, how many did he get?
18, 19, 20 last year, him and Mbuemo?
19, 20, none of them were penalties. Bro, Gyökeres, you can get 20 to 30 goals, non-pens. You can get that, man. So I think the team's figuring out how to get used to him. He's figuring out how to get used to the team. It's going to be fine, man. He's going to click.
I think you're speaking facts, man. It's just Gyökeres go and show it, man. Like the one thing I would say to Gyökeres if he was listening, which he's not, is you've been doubted before, innit? Like you've been doubted before. So it's like, what can people say that they haven't told you for? I'm exaggerating, but the 27 years you've been on this earth, like, and these same people that criticize you the hardest, they'll be breading as soon as you start bagging. So I've got no problems with Gyökeres, man. Feed the guy, he's gonna score. from one attacking signing to another. Like, what are you saying for Eze? Because for me, the only criticism of Eze, I think you need to sort out your shooting boots. That's it. Other than that,
That's
fucking amazing, isn't it? Really?
That's what I'd say, man. I think Eze could and should be on 2 to 3 goals now. He could and should be. He should be on 2 to 3 goals. I think he could have scored against Liverpool. That chance when
even that. Yeah, I forgot that.
I think he could have scored. He should have scored against West Ham. Even for England, you saw it. Like there was like Andorra. Like he had tons of chances.
I might be being harsh. Maybe Newcastle, but
no. Even Newcastle, some good hits, some really good hits. I think Pope on his day. Pope was on his day that day. On another day, Eze gets a goal, but it will come, man. What I like that you're there. You are in those zones, bro. Facts. I've been starved of someone being in just that zone. If it's not Rice arriving late, me waiting for Marino to arrive late, Erdegaard that was there in the 22-23 season, all of a sudden because we had issues in build-up, my man is dropping it deep and trying to conduct play. I'm happy for
Havertz might be there, but it's hit and miss literally.
Right, I just need someone there, and as long as Eze you're there, the goals will come, man. I'm very, very pleased with what I see as I see someone fresh, someone trying things. Even that Newcastle game was so refreshing because how often do you see a player just control, quick, bang? How often do you see that at Arsenal?
Even the City assist for Martinelli.
Exactly. It's just like a lot more directness. Even the goal he assisted for Gyökeres, that's what I like about Eze. It's just that direct freshness is just it's good for me
as well on what he's doing. Like you can't buy that. Well, you can buy that, but you can't buy that. You either got it or you ain't.
Yeah, 2 assists. So I ain't mad. 2 assists. He's obviously got a goal against who was it? Port Vale. Look, yeah. So look, I'm pleased with Ebery, man. Long may it continue.
So he's saying for Madueke, I know he's injured right now, but you know, I try and be fair and balanced in it. But like, just to put like, so you can see where I was at. Yeah, obviously for me the negatives are, you know, I know Eze and Gyökeres, they didn't come in before Madueke, so fans are gonna be vexed already. You're telling us goosebumps. You see that? Obviously, you're buying a man from Chelsea. I didn't really think he's a needle mover, and I still don't. But I did say on my channel, I don't think he's as bad as people are making out. Like, I get it. It's the frustration. It feels like Arteta's getting another project. It's another player that's good, not necessarily great, but there's something in that guy. Like, there is something. It has to work. And like you said with Gyökeres, like for me, it has to work because I don't really want more projects. I kind of want ready-made. But I think Madueke has been a breath of fresh air, man, if I'm honest with you, from start to finish. The Liverpool game sticks out. I think he was unlucky. Well, at the time, I thought he was unlucky to come off against City at half-time, but it came out he had an injury. I'm all for it, man, but like, what have you made of Noni? Another one who, more exaggerated with him, actually, than Eze, but another one for me that goals now. Like, you're in the areas like goals now, shooting practice. But where are you at with Noni?
I think he's had a great start so far. Actually, no, I think he's had a good start because I'll tell you the truth. I didn't watch many Chelsea games, but the Chelsea games I did watch, I was like, okay, cool. This guy's clearly got something about him. He can beat a man for sure. I did all the stuff that Noni's doing. He was doing it at Chelsea. Like, yeah, I think Arsenal fans are like, woo. It's because no, he legit was doing that at Chelsea. He was beating man for fun. That's not my qualm. I don't have any qualms with that. It's your end product. And this is why I'm not trying to go change the subject, but this is why people don't put enough respect on Bukayo Saka's name. Because my man...
Aesthetically pleasing, he doesn't move me.
Yeah, you stupid nonsense. Put Saka in the final third. He's coming with something.
Exactly.
He's coming with an assist. He's coming with a goal. He's coming with a mad cross. He's doing something. And I think that's just what I want to see from Noni. I think a lot of people, including myself, I was not happy when I found out that we were paying 52 million for him. I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy that we were buying another Chelsea player when we could have gone for what I thought were better wingers, right? But I remember, it's funny, I actually did a video and I got criticism for it. I'm like, okay, cool. Now that the dust is settled, okay, let me actually just think, Tosin, your views aside, okay, bro, what are possible reasons why we could have bought this guy? And I figured probably the only thing I can think of is just some actual direct wing play. Like, and I'm like, okay, wow. That's why so many fans are so like, whoa. All he's doing is just normal wing play, going inside, going outside, beating a man, getting to the byline. We've been deprived of that. The only person who can do that well is Saka. But then we're asking him, bro, can you do that? And can you also take the corners? And can you also link up with
Yep.
Odegaard and Ben White? And can you also generate all our chances for us? We've been asking Saka to do all of that, and he's been doing it for seasons. But finally, it's good to just see another winger coming on and just, making right backs and making left backs, look stupid. That's what I want to see. I just want to see his end product. So I think Noni's had a good start, man. And truth be told, I can't lie. I was a bit moved. I was moved watching him coming, because I was like, bro, like, agendas aside, this is a guy with a good mentality, a young person that just
23-year-old man as well, something like that. Like, when you look at it from a human point of view, it's mad.
Yeah, 23, and even the way he was talking when he saw the Arsenal shirt, saying, "Yo, this shirt is brazy," all of this sort of stuff. I was just like, right, okay, I see he's a likable character. And then obviously I read a lot of articles from The Athletic about him. Like, every single person, like Declan Rice has been talking about his mentality. Every coach talks about his mentality, his mindset. I'm like, okay, this clearly must be a good person to have in the dressing room.
Give him a chance.
So I'm here for it. Just get the job done. That's what I'm asking.
I'm with you with that. And like you said, just get the job done. And that's why injuries are always going to happen. It's part and parcel. But that's why I felt sorry beyond the obvious for Madueke. It's like, nobody really cared about your price tag. You joined, like you said, he joined from Chelsea. There was the whole petition thing. I do think he's kind of, obviously, I don't see him on a day-to-day basis, but from me as a fan, he did look a bit scared. Like, he looked like someone that, on one hand, cool, at the end of the day, I can win the fans over. The people that make the decisions believe in me, but I know I might not necessarily be wanted. And then you got the petition, and we got to a point where no one was mentioning how much he cost. Nobody really cared, because you're doing what you need to do on the field. And if I'm honest with you, it's a bit disingenuous, because I know Trossard and Martinelli have been doing their thing. And I'm not saying, I think they're all kind of same level. But because of what you said there about just some real wing play, I actually felt Madueke was if it makes sense, like a breath of fresh air to Trossard and Martinelli, regardless of who's better, because you know when to go inside, you know when to take your man on, all of those kind of things. But then some Arsenal fans, and it's good for Madueke, because some fans are even saying, "Oh, you know what? Saka's got a job on his hands if he's going to get back in the lineup." Absolutely. Now, I think it's madness, but I like to hear that, because that's better than how the conversation could have went. But that leads me to ask you, like, do you move Madueke to the left when he's back? Or better yet, who is your favorite option off the left? Because for me, I wanted a left winger in the summer. I feel that's the only trick we missed.
Yeah, we still need a left winger. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't like seeing Trossard play there. I think Trossard, it's a good problem, because we've got players who are actually good at coming off the bench. We've seen Martinelli is a good player coming off the bench, where there's more space for him to attack and you hit the ball ahead of him. I think, honestly, right now at this point in time, I think I don't know if Arteta will do it, but if that was me, based on the tools we have right now, I personally wouldn't play Noni left. I think he's a lot better on the right. If you want to play him left, sure, but I think I'd rather him as a good explosive backup to Saka or something. And then on the left, I'd put Eze there, but get him to play that Bernardo Silva role, where you start there, but you actually kind of drift.
You're just there on paper. It looks mad on paper, but you're inside.
Yeah, but it can be done. David Silva used to do it. Bernardo Silva did it. So I think it can be done. Like, that playmaking player that stays, it can be done. So I'd put Eze there. Martinelli and Trossard aren't really great options. And if you're going to play Noni there at best, okay, do it. But if he can replicate what he's doing on the right, on the left, I don't mind that, because I've seen him do some pretty good dribbles for Chelsea. I've seen a couple steals, a couple obviously comps and stuff, but of him on the left, and he looks good. He's, as long as you have that quality to take on a man, drive, get the cross in, I'm fine with that. I'm absolutely fine with that.
And that's where, it's going to sound mad, but like, for a year or a season, I wish Gabriel Jesus was fit, because honestly, out of all the people that could play on the left on a consistent basis, I'd run him, just because that means I can put Eze centrally and stuff. And that's why I'm annoyed with Odegaard's injury, bro, because we finally, because I'm sure you would have done it as well. Everyone was like, oh yeah,
Eze, Odegaard in midfield.
Yeah, we finally got to see it, like a little bit of it, and then it's done now, isn't it? Like, it's done. I think that's the best one. In fact, that leads me to ask you another thing. Would you where you at with Wanyeri and everything around that? Because some fans, you know how it goes. Oh, he's going to get sold. He's not playing. Arteta hates him. All this sort of stuff. Like, where you at with Wanyeri? I do want to see him a bit more. But I just think with our depth, it's easy, rightly or wrongly, him, Lewis Skelly, and Dowman. They're the easiest for Arteta, quote unquote, to leave out the side when you're looking at it from a political angle.
Yeah, I think I think it's just we live in a crazy world, man, where patience really is a virtue. It's like, bro, like the guy is, how old is he? He's 18.
It's crazy.
He's 18. Just let him chill, man.
Just
Like, bro,
turned 18
and
essentially
even
as well.
if I'm him, bro, ride the bench. That's good for you, man. You're playing with Eze, you're playing with Erdogan, you're playing with all these players. Learn. You will get your moment. Bro, it's a long season. Our players across all teams are falling down like flies now, man. Ethan, you will get games. Guys, we're only 7 games in. What do you want? Probably the only thing you could say is when Erdegaard is injured, could we have seen Waneri start a couple? Could we have seen him start against Athletic Bilbao? Well, that's a big European game away against the team that I think that's the first time I think we've even played them away from home. Tough game, fair. Do you really want him to play against Liverpool, Newcastle? Come on, man. So I think probably against City, I would have liked